Hey guys, today we're looking at yet another roguelike game, Black Future 88. But first, a quick shout out to Wes and his BS podcast for bringing me in as a guest for the second time. I'm not sure why, but they actually wanted me back. You can find the link in the description below. Black Future 88 was released for the PC in November 2019, so I played this game right at the release. The idea of the game is to clear each room of enemies, find upgrades along the way, then clear the area's boss, with a total of 4 areas to clear. Bosses are randomly rotated on each level, so you will fight them in random order each time. And finally, after the 4th area is cleared, fight the final boss, who is the same every time. Each run you will have 18 minutes to find the best upgrades and defeat all the bosses before it loops back to the beginning of the game for you. Right as you get into the game, you will see the influences from Dead Cells, Contra, and bullet hell games. However, each influence in Black Future is watered down for this game. The biggest influence this game has is Dead Cells. It's a roguelike game designed very similarly. You make a run at the game, you gain items, or in this case experience in the run, to unlock upgrades for both you and the enemies. Unlike Dead Cells, you're not able to choose what you want to unlock. You have a level up system, where you gain experience every run, and no choice on what is unlocked as you level up. In about 7 hours of gameplay, I was able to max out the unlockables at level 54. So it doesn't take long to unlock everything. The game is also influenced by that Contra Metal Slug style of 2D platform shooters, except each section is just a small room of enemies. It's not a Metroidvania style of level design, it's just a web of connected rooms all designed similarly, but a little bit different each run. My biggest issue with roguelike games is always the level design. Anything procedurally generated is just a way to get around having actual level design. It gets watered down. To make matters worse, for Black Future 88, they did a poor job with having rules defined for their level design. At times you come across trap rooms that are either pointless with nothing on the other end, or you could just avoid the traps and get the treasure from a different entrance. I guess we don't want to make the game too hard, so in the future, we make all obstacles optional. The level design was my biggest problem with Dead Cells, and while for Black Future 88 it's also an issue, the game is more about clearing rooms of enemies and finding better weapons over the level design. This style of game works better with a lack of level design than Dead Cells. It kinda works for these kind of shooters. Finally, you will see a bit of a bullet hell. Enemies will spam slow-moving projectiles at you in every room. Some will have a lot more bullets than others, while some will shoot out homing missiles instead. You get a dash move that allows you to pass through bullets. But if it's a lot, you will often not get all the way through, and immediately take damage. It's again pretty low end for a bullet hell, as most bullets just move so slow, and there are just so few enemies spamming at one time. It's not difficult to avoid, and would be hard to really classify it as a bullet hell, though you could see the clear influences. So take the combination of all these games and water it down, and you have Black Future 88. And is that a bad thing? Well, not necessarily. I had fun playing the game, it's well made and runs smoothly for the most part. I think the best addition to the game was the ability to play cooperatively, and just in time to try out Steam's new Remote Play Together feature. I played the first few hours by myself, then I brought in a couple of friends to play with, and my enjoyment of the game definitely increased. Everything else about the game is fairly mediocre. There isn't anything I would say is above average, and nothing I would say that makes it a bad game, though it's definitely not without its issues. Its biggest problem right now is its balance issues. The guns that drop are completely random. While some are just awful, there are some if you find at the beginning of the game, you know you pretty much won, they're so overpowered. Similarly, upgrades throughout the game are unbalanced and that most of them are useless or trash, and there are few that are worth taking. There is also one random room, where if you select to upgrade from the shady dude, all the upgrades are more harmful than good, so you just avoid the shady curse upgrade guy. The game also features a lack of boss variety. It rotates 4 bosses, and to beat the game you'll have to face all 4 of them every run. It would be nice to see more variety and challenges. Being a new game, you can't forget the fun early release glitches. I had moments where when we cleared the room, the doors did not unlock and kept us locked in. There were times where we got stuck in a door, and then there's my favorite, when my friend got stuck in a flying position. Nothing we could do to get him from not flying, and no, flying is not an ability in this game. Each of these glitches ended up being game ending. It ruined some nice runs. Oh, also one time, I uploaded my friend into a crappy bot, and when we lost the run, we respawned with him still as that bot. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but it's definitely weird. So if you're interested in Black Future 88, make sure you have a friend who wants to join you, and wait for it to go on a nice sale and grab it then. You'll have a few hours of fun with it. But for its current $19.99 price point, it's a bit too much for what you'll be getting. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed my review on Black Future 88. As always, if you want, I have more content in my backlog and more coming in the future. Also, you can now join my Discord server. There's a link in the description below. Here, we'll discuss a game of the month each month, so come join in. Thanks for stopping by.